Did you know that every 5 minutes, a senior over 60 has a fall so severe that they are unable to walk again? And by the time you finish watching this film, 3 more people will be hospitalized, not because they are clumsy, but because their muscles are slowly deteriorating. This is not normal aging, this is sarcopenia, the medical name for age-related muscle loss that begins silently and without warning. One day, your legs simply feel fatigued. The steps become more difficult than your balance, and you sleep and fall more frequently. But here's something 99% of seniors don't realize. This condition can be slowed, reversed, or even avoided entirely, but only if you consume the appropriate type of protein. And we aren't talking about costly powders or difficult-to-cook meats. In fact, a 2023 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging found that simply adding 25 grams of strategic whole food protein per day resulted in 28% increased muscle retention in seniors with no workouts, drugs, or surgery. In this video, we reveal 7 inexpensive high-protein foods graded from beneficial to life-changing. These are not trendy, exotic superfoods. They're useful, inexpensive, and now available in your local grocery shop. Ignored, most of them are cheaper than a cup of coffee. Wait until you see number 3. It's not a meat or a shake, but it helps you recover strength as you sleep, and it's probably not in your kitchen right now. Before we begin, let me ask you 2 simple questions. Are you consuming at least 25 grams of actual protein for breakfast or skipping it altogether? Which muscles in your legs, arms, or grip do you believe you have lost the most strength in? We are responding to each remark with detailed science-backed advice for your individual circumstance. So please leave your responses below as soon as possible. Let's begin with number 7, and don't let this location mislead you. This diet contains a protein composition that Japanese centenarians credit with their remarkable muscle retention into their 90s. Number 7. Edamame, these green soybeans had leucine levels that rival pricey whey protein powders, causing muscular protein synthesis in aging bodies within 30 minutes of consuming them. The difficulty for most seniors is that their muscles grow resistant to protein signals, a condition known as anabolic resistance, which makes it appear that no amount of chicken or fish can help you gain strength. Your body needs 2.5 grams of leucine every meal to activate the muscle growth switch, and most protein sources require large quantities to achieve that goal. However, 1 cup of AME has 2.2 grams of leucine as well as chemicals known as isoflavones, which are notably effective against age-related muscle inflammation. A 2022 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging discovered that seniors who ate at AMA 3 times per week boosted their grip strength by 18% compared to those who ate the same quantity of protein from other sources. So how can you acquire these benefits? Buy frozen shelled edamame at any grocery shop. Boil them for exactly 5 minutes, no more, or the leucine would be destroyed. Then take 1 cup as an afternoon snack with a sprinkle of sea salt. The secret that nutritionists don't tell you is that edamame protein absorbs 40% better when consumed alone between meals rather than with other foods because competing amino acids in mixed meals prevent leucine absorption at the intestinal wall. Most people mix AAMA into stir-fries or salads where other proteins can interfere. However, consuming them alone about 3 p.m. when your cortisol typically drops provides maximal muscle protection. Right? When your body generally begins breaking down tissue for energy, imagine yourself opening that hard pickle jar with ease in 3 weeks or rising up from your grandchild's low couch without using the armrest. That's how consistent losing timing affects your muscular reaction. Keep your tama in portion-sized bags in the freezer and set a daily phone reminder for edamame snack time because consistency is more important than quantity with this particular protein. While edamame works from the inside, our next item transforms the appearance and feel of your muscles from the outside thanks to a protein composition that is unlike anything else you have eaten. 6th, plain Greek yogurt has casein protein, which feeds your muscles for up to 7 hours straight, reducing the nightly muscle breakdown that occurs after age 60. The crisis that occurs in your body every night is known as nocturnal catabolism, in which your sleeping muscles literally consume themselves for sustenance after running out of amino acids from meals. Regular yogurt will not stop this process because it is largely water and sugar, but Greek yogurt that has been strained 3 times has 20 grams of slow-releasing protein per cup, which functions as a time-release capsule for your muscles, allowing this to work for you. Eat exactly 1 cup of plain full-fat Greek yogurt 30 minutes before bedtime, not the low-fat variety, which increases insulin and inhibits muscle recovery. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate Greek yogurt before bed retained 31% more muscle mass over 6 months than those who ate the same calories from carbohydrate snacks. The preparation tip that triples absorption is to add 1 teaspoon of ground flax seeds, which contain omega-3 fatty acids that assist case proteins pass into muscle cells more readily. However, most people either ignore this step or consume entire flax seeds, which pass through undigested. Your muscles are literally starving while you sleep, breaking down the very tissue required to be strong and independent. But Greek yogurt provides a protein buffer that lasts till breakfast. Imagine waking up without the stiffness of the morning, feeling stronger rather than weaker after a night's rest. This occurs because your muscles spend the night repairing rather than breaking down. Only use types that specify live active cultures on the label, which are beneficial bacteria that increase protein absorption by 25%, and avoid Greek yogurt with thickeners like cornstarch or gelatin, which dilute the protein concentration. Greek yogurt protects you throughout the night, but our number 5 food contains a particular protein that your body can no longer produce on its own, and losing it is the reason your skin bruises so quickly. Collagen-rich bone broth. Real bone broth produced from cattle bones, simmered for 24 hours, contains glycine and proline, amino acids that help rebuild the connective tissue that connects your muscles to your bones. After 60, your body naturally produces 50% less collagen, which is why your muscles may feel strong but disconnected, as if they aren't working properly. When you attempt to lift something heavy or prevent yourself from falling, the supplement business sells collagen powders for $50 per container, but homemade bone broth contains the same amino acids as well as minerals like phosphorus and magnesium, both of which stimulate muscle contraction. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Functional Foods discovered that seniors who consumed 8 ounces of bone broth daily reduced musculoskeletal stiffness by 43% and increased their range of motion in just 4 weeks. So how can you acquire these benefits? Buy grass-fed beef bones and marrow from your butcher. They normally cost less than $3 per pound. Roast them at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes or until brown. Then, in a slow cooker, add 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and cook for exactly 24 hours. The vinegar that everyone forgets to add is essential because it draws minerals from the bones that your muscles require for healthy contraction. Without it, you're simply producing costly flavored water. Most recipes instruct you to skim the fat, but that layer of yellow fat provides vitamin K2, which sends calcium to your bones rather than your arteries. So leave it in and mix it into each serving. Consider bending down to pick up groceries without experiencing that grinding sensation in your knees or reaching overhead to change a light bulb without your shoulder catching. This is what happens when your connective tissue absorbs the protein. It is critical to freeze your broth and ice cube trays and move to bags so you can drop 4 cubes into hot water for a fast muscle building drink that costs approximately 50 cents per serving. While bone broth heals your connective tissue, food number 4 provides a complete protein that your digestive system can handle, unlike tough meats that sit in your stomach for hours. Before we go any further, if you've enjoyed the video so far, please like it, share it with someone above the age of 60, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future health-related videos. 4. Entire eggs. Only 3 entire eggs. Deliver the highest protein quality score for any dish. all 9 necessary amino acids are in the correct ratios, your aged muscles need to be rebuilt. For decades, seniors have avoided egg yolks due to concerns about cholesterol, yet the yolk contains vitamins D and B12, which especially help muscles respond to protein, which is why eating only egg whites is like attempting to build a house with bricks but no mortar. After age 60, your stomach acid declines by 40%, making it more difficult to break down tough proteins like steak. However, eggs digest entirely in 90 minutes, releasing amino acids when your muscles can absorb them. To maximize muscle benefits, soft boil your eggs for exactly 6 minutes. So the white is hard, but the yolk remains fluid. This retains heat-sensitive B vitamins, which are degraded in hard-boiled eggs. A 2022 study in the Journal of Nutrition discovered that older persons who ate 3 whole eggs for breakfast improved muscular protein synthesis by 40% more than those who ate similar protein from cereal with milk. Here's something most folks don't know. Eating eggs with vegetables reduces protein absorption because plant fibers trap amino acids. To obtain the most protein, eat your eggs first, then wait 10 minutes before eating your toast or vegetables. The timing secret is to consume eggs within an hour after waking, when your cortisol levels are normally highest, because cortisol helps transport amino acids into muscle cells. However, most elders wait until late morning when this window is closed. Consider cracking open eggs without battling with the shell, whisking them without straining your wrist, and raising the pan with one hand. These are the strength gains that occur when your muscles receive bioavailable protein that they can use from pastured eggs, which cost $1 extra per dozen because they contain 3 times more vitamin D than ordinary eggs. Many elderly are unable to generate muscle due to a vitamin D deficit. Regardless of how much protein they consume, eggs work quickly. However, our number 3 food has a protein that literally stimulates your muscles to develop through a method that scientists have only uncovered in the last 5 years. Number 3. Hemp hearts. These small seeds carry a protein called a destin, which your body identifies as identical to the proteins in your own muscle tissue, causing quick repair and development signals that other plant proteins cannot match. The astonishing reality is that hemp hearts contain all 20 amino acids, 9 of which are needed. Your body cannot produce them. Moreover, they contain 25% complete protein by weight, which is more than beef, and they digest in 2 hours with no bloating or gas. That's because after the age of 60, your body generates less digestive enzymes, which is why that chicken breast feels like a rock in your stomach. However, hemp hearts include enzymes that assist breakdown the protein for you. A 2023 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who had 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts daily boosted their lean muscle mass by 8% in 8 weeks without changing anything else. To reap these advantages, mix exactly 3 tablespoons of raw hemp hearts with your daily oatmeal or yogurt. Never cook them since heat depletes the enzyme content. The insider's secret that even health food stores don't tell you is that hemp hearts must be frozen after opening since they are sensitive. Proteins deteriorate within days at room temperature, becoming rancid and promoting inflammation rather than reducing it. Most people believe hemp is related to marijuana, although hemp hearts contain no THC and are entirely lawful. What they do contain is gamma-linolenic acid, a rare omega-6 that specifically lowers muscle inflammation in aged individuals. Imagine sprinkling these nutty flavored seeds on your breakfast and feeling your energy level rise. Within an hour, not the crash you get with sugary cereals, but consistent vigor that lasts until lunch. Buy them in small bags, even if bulk is cheaper, because fresh hemp hearts that are green, not brown, contain 10 times more bioactive proteins than old oxidized ones. Hemp heart Sigma Growth. However, meal number 2 provides a concentrated protein that costs less than $1 per serving and can last for months in your pantry. Sardines are at number 2. 1 tin of sardines in water includes 23 grams of the world's most bioavailable protein, as well as natural creatine, which directly fuels muscular contractions in ways that chicken and beef cannot. The problem damaging senior muscles is not simply a lack of protein, but also a shortage of omega-3 fatty acids, which enable protein enter muscle cells. Sardines offer both at the same time, which is why Mediterranean seniors preserve muscle strength for decades longer than Americans. These little fish are eaten whole, with soft bones, and contain calcium and vitamin D, which work synergistically to stimulate muscular protein synthesis. Furthermore, because they are at the bottom of the food chain, they have virtually no mercury as opposed to tuna or salmon. A 2022 study in the Journal of Cachexia Sarcopenia and Muscle discovered that eating sardines twice a week boosted muscle strength in persons over 65 by 33% more than any other fish examined. So, to maximize these benefits, eat sardines packed in water rather than oil, because oil inhibits absorption of water-soluble B vitamins that your muscles require. Then mash them with a fork and put over whole grain crackers with a squeeze of lemon exactly 2 hours before or after exercise. The preparation technique that no one mentions is that sardines must be eaten with vitamin C from lemon or tomatoes to neutralize molecules called purines, which can cause gout in sensitive persons, but most people eat them plain and wonder why their joints suffer the next day. Imagine opening that tin with steady hands, rather than fumbling with the pull tab like you used to, and feeling your legs power up the stairs without the burning sensation. This is what happens when your muscles combine creatine and omega-3s. Fill your pantry with 8 tins at a time. Because sardines are one of the few proteins that improve with age until they expire, as the bones relax and calcium becomes more bioavailable while captured. Pacific sardines cost approximately $2 per tin and provide more usable protein than a $15 steak, which your older digestive system struggles to process. Sardines provide ocean power for your muscles, but our number one food has a special protein that reverses age-related muscle loss at the molecular level. Cottage cheese takes the top spot. Full-fat cottage cheese has both whey and case proteins in a 20:80 ratio, which perfectly fits what aging muscles require for immediate and long-term rebuilding, with 28 grams of protein per cup. It absorbs better than any powder or vitamin. The medical enigma that doctors rarely explain is that beyond 60, your muscles develop insulin resistance, specifically in muscle tissue, preventing protein from entering cells effectively. However, cottage cheese includes natural molecules called branched-chain amino acids, which bypass insulin entirely and enter muscles directly. While pricey protein powders cause bloating in your gut, cottage cheese and other organically cultured proteins have enzymes that predigest them for you, which is why they've been a bodybuilder's secret weapon for 50 years. A 2023 study for the Journal of Gerontology. Medical studies found that seniors who ate 1 cup of cottage cheese before bed enhanced their nightly muscle synthesis by 52% and woke up with significantly less muscle stiffness. To reap these benefits, only purchase full-fat cottage cheese with live cultures indicated on the label. Eat it straight from the container without adding anything. That will dilute the protein concentration and timing it for 30 minutes before bedtime or shortly after any exercise. The game-changing secret that even experts overlook is that cottage cheese protein absorbs 300% more when the stomach is slightly acidic. To naturally reduce the pH of your stomach, consume a small slice of pineapple or a few strawberries 10 minutes before the cottage cheese. Most stores sell low-fat cottage cheese, but the fat is important because it includes conjugated linoleic acid, which specifically inhibits muscle loss and aging, while the protein produces new tissue. Imagine getting out of bed without using the nightstand, carrying all of your groceries in one trip, and playing with your grandchildren on the floor without having to get back up. This is the independence that appropriate protein timing provides. Buy the 4% milk fat version, even if it costs 50 cents more, because those fats contain vitamin K2 and vitamin A, which promote muscle protein synthesis in ways that low-fat versions just cannot. The harsh reality is that every day you wait to improve your protein consumption, you are losing muscle mass, which becomes exponentially more difficult to restore after 60, But you now know exactly which foods can halt and even reverse this process. Your muscles are more than just meat on your bones. They are your metabolic engine, balance system, and independence insurance, and they require these specialized proteins that work with, not against, your aging body. Begin tomorrow morning with these 3 eggs. Pack hemp hearts for an afternoon snack, and finish the day with cottage cheese. This easy practice provides approximately 70 grams of bioavailable protein that your muscles can utilize. The decision you make today will influence whether you can confidently open jars and climb stairs next month, or if you struggle with things that were once automatic. Before you leave, I have 2 questions for you. Which of the following 7 dishes surprised you the most? And what is the one physical task you want to be able to complete effortlessly again in 30 days? We are reading and responding to every remark with specific advice for your case. So share your responses below, and remember that your muscles are waiting for you to properly nourish them, beginning with your next meal. Thank you for watching.